It has been quite a roller coaster of a week in the world of cruising. With a looming COVID-19 scare on the first Caribbean cruise, this week was dominated by negative headlines as well as some questionable decisions made by the cruise line. Of course, there was also some hopeful headlines out there as well. Don't worry if you missed any of the updates, because we're here to help. I'm DB from EatSleepCruise.com, and catch up with all the latest updates and announcements in this edition of Cruise News for all the major cruise lines. Seadream Yacht Club's Seadream 1 set sail this past weekend on the first Caribbean cruise since the shutdown back in March. While departing from Barbados and not under the CDC's jurisdiction, this was a hopeful moment for many cruisers looking to return to cruising. We've been following along with all the posts from travel writer Gene Sloan and UK cruise vloggers Ben and Dave, who were all on the voyage. To much dismay though, we quickly noticed that crew nor guests were required to wear a mask on this voyage. The cruise line was operating under the assumption that testing individuals twice prior to boarding ensured a COVID-free vacation bubble. With pictures posted on social media, many shocked cruisers voiced their concerns that negative COVID-19 testing should not be a replacement for mask wearing and other disease transmission preventative measures. Likely due to the negative publicity, Seadream did tighten its COVID-19 protocols and implemented a mask requirement a few days into the cruise. Alas, it was too late. On Wednesday, an ill passenger tested positive for COVID-19 on the ship. It's likely that this passenger boarded the ship before the virus could be detected using current testing procedures. Now, the concern shifted to the spread of the virus. While the 112 passenger cruise ship is sailing at a reduced capacity of 53 guests and has physical distancing measures in place, this passenger was still in contact with other guests without wearing a mask for a few days. The ship ended its 7-day voyage early and returned to Barbados. Once the announcement was made that a passenger tested positive, all passengers and non-essential crew were quarantined. All crew so far have tested negative. However, a total of 7 passengers have tested positive. The 7 passengers are from 2 different travel parties. As of this weekend, all other guests have tested negative from the Barbadian officials. According to updates on individuals on the ship, it is probable that all negative guests will be able to leave the ship as scheduled and return home. However, the problem here is that these guests or crew could test positive for the virus in the upcoming days. After everything that's happened in cruising, we have no idea what this cruise line was thinking. Now, we can't fault Seadream for the positive COVID passenger. The cruise line did implement rigorous testing protocols. The problem is that given the incubation periods for COVID-19, these cases can easily slip past the most aggressive testing protocols. Hence, isolation and prevention of spread are key. The ship was sailing at reduced capacity and did have physical distancing and enhanced sanitation measures in place. However, in our opinion, this story could have turned out very differently if there was a mask requirement at the beginning of the cruise. If the cases were isolated to one person or even one single travel party, it could have proven that the cruise line's measures were effective. This would have provided additional evidence that a safe resumption of cruising in the Caribbean was possible. Instead, images of non-mask wearing crew and the latest cruise ship Outbreak now further support the media's negative narrative on cruising. Unfortunately, this could set the cruise industry back even further. While cruise lines operating in the US would have to follow more stringent protocols set forth by the CDC, this incident just adds more fuel to the fire. Once again, the world is questioning, can cruising during the pandemic really happen? Yes, we are eager to get back out to sea, but it needs to be done safely. We are optimistic that the major cruise brands can be successful. We wouldn't hesitate to be among the first guests back on board a cruise if the proper protocols were in place, with face masks on the top of that list. But of course, we'd love to hear from you. Do you think that the COVID outbreak on Seadream Yacht Club's Seadream 1 will further delay other cruise lines from returning to cruising in the Caribbean? The moment many cruise fans have been anticipating happened just a few days ago. Royal Caribbean has created an online sign-up form for volunteers for its simulated voyages. As we reported last week, one of the phases of the CDC's new conditional sail order are simulated cruises. These cruises need to be conducted before cruise ships can return to passenger operations. Initially, Royal Caribbean indicated that it would not be seeking volunteers from the public. However, that changed last Thursday with some posts on social media and the creation of a Volunteers of the Seas Facebook group. The link posted on social media is a form for adults 18 years of age and older to volunteer to be a passenger on these test cruises. There is no information yet on how volunteers will be picked. There's also no indication on how or when these sailings will occur. Before you sign up, keep in mind that these will not be ordinary cruises. These cruises will operate to test the effectiveness of health and safety protocols in order to obtain a conditional sailing certificate from the CDC to begin passenger voyages once again. These simulated voyages must include embarkation and disembarkation procedures, including testing, onboard activities, including dining and entertainment, and private shore excursions. Additionally, cruise ship operators must demonstrate evacuation procedures, transfer of symptomatic passengers, and quarantine of remaining passengers during these voyages. The cruise line must also meet minimum guidelines for hand hygiene, face coverings, social distancing, and ship sanitation. A spokesperson from Carnival Cruise Line confirmed to Cruise Critic last week that Carnival Breeze and Carnival Horizon will likely be the first two cruise ships to set sail for Carnival Cruise Line. Carnival Horizon will sail from Miami, Florida, and Carnival Breeze from Port Canaveral, Florida. Even before the CDC's order issued on October 30th, Carnival said their return to operations would be gradual and phased in, beginning with operations from Miami and Port Canaveral. While Florida home ports will be the first focus for the cruise line, Galveston, Texas is also high on the priority list. Carnival Vista will likely be the first ship to sail from this home port once cruising resumes. There has been no official word as to when test cruises would be conducted or when the brand plans to welcome guests once again. Norwegian Cruise Line announced a new docuseries this week called Embark, the series. The series will provide an insider view to the cruise brand and its return to cruise journey. The series kicks off with 2 episodes showcasing the Broadway and West End caliber entertainment found across the fleet. In the first episode, viewers will go inside London's historic West End Garrick Theatre for a special reunion of the Choir of Men cast for the first time in many months. The Choir of Man is an immersive pub experience featuring ordinary guys who perform everything from sing-along classics to classic rock. This show is among the entertainment options on Norwegian Escape and Norwegian Encore. This 40-minute episode will first stream live at NCL's website on Thursday, November 19th, 2020 at 9 p.m. Eastern. Further details regarding Embark the series will be shared in the coming weeks. Celebrity Cruises has announced a new approach to cruising called Always Included. This new pricing structure aims to put the cruise line among luxury brands with a more all-inclusive feel. Beginning on November 17th, 2020, all sailings with Celebrity Cruises will include additional amenities as part of the cruise fare. These inclusions are a classic beverage package, basic Wi-Fi, and gratuities. Always Included will apply to all stateroom categories in all itineraries, except the Galapagos. The new Always Included pricing will be the standard base fare for all Celebrity Cruises. The standard cruise fare now includes unlimited classic cocktails, beer, and wine. Additional drink inclusions are soda, specialty coffees and tea, juices, and bottled water. These are the typical classic beverage package options. The second included perk is basic Wi-Fi. This internet plan is capable of surfing, email, and social media on 2 devices per stateroom. However, it does not include streaming or use of technologies such as FaceTime. This new complimentary Wi-Fi will be unlimited for the duration of the cruise. Finally, the Always Included price also includes daily gratuities. This means that there will no longer be a daily service charge added to your onboard account. There are 2 upgrade options available to the new Always Included base price. Celebrity Cruises now offers guests the Elevate and Indulge upgrade options, which include additional perks and upgraded amenities. And there you have it. That's the latest headlines and cruise updates from all the major cruise lines. But of course, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comment section below if we missed any major cruise updates or stories this past week. I'm DB from EatSleepCruise.com, and if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, or you've been lurking around for a while and haven't done so, what are you waiting for? Make sure to subscribe down below and to click the notification icon. That way, you get updated each week when we put out brand new cruise and travel videos. You can also say hi to us all over social media at Eat Sleep Cruise, and thanks again for watching.